Now, whether it's in the media, policy making, academic writings, or public debate, the relationship between education and skills often dominates the discussions on unemployment in South Africa. Education, Economy and Society is a book that provides a critique of the conventional discourses on skills mismatch and unemployment. It also looks at alternative approaches to understanding the connections between education and the triple scourge of unemployment, inequality and poverty. Well, joining us this morning is Professor Salim Vally. He is the co-editor of this book and associate professor at the University of Johannesburg's Faculty of Education. Thank you very much for being with us. It's so lovely to have you, Prof.
Thank you.
Now, in trying to find a solution for the country's baffling unemployment crisis, why should we not accept the skills mismatch argument put out there by experts at this point?
Well, Leanne, let's understand the skills mismatch argument. Essentially, it says that education is not supplying the skills that business requires to create jobs. This has become the common sense view, but it's really disingenuous because it deflects the blame away from business and puts it on education. I mean, business just doesn't have the altruistic aim of creating jobs. It's about profits for business.
Yeah.
How do you explain the fact that 500 billion rand is sitting in cash reserves because it's not profitable to invest that money to create jobs? Or hundreds of billions leave the country, capital flight, the big business. The other point is that people would have skills for employability, but not for jobs. So really, many people call it the jobs crisis, or rather the crisis of capitalism. But also, and this is really important, the fact that jobs are not just created by the market. It's not just about the labor market requirements of business. The public sector, we need nurses, we need teachers, we need engineers for municipalities. So the public sector is vital. But remember, I'm not saying that there aren't things we should do in education. All the contributors are passionate about public quality education, and it's unfortunately true that a number of our young people leave school without the basic skills necessary. But education has a broader purpose, Leanne, not a narrow purpose. It's about critical citizenry, it's about art, it's about literature, it's about social justice, languages. So what the skills mismatch argument does, it first of all sees education as a panacea. It doesn't question the structural problems in society, the way the economy is structured that creates unemployment.
All right, so where should we be looking? I mean, experts are looking at, as we talk about this skills mismatch, and you're saying that's really not the problem. Where should we look for solutions?
Well, certainly we shouldn't be looking at the market. The market economy has failed us dismally. This whole mantra about investment and therefore economic growth and therefore jobs shown to be actually a hoax. Look at Europe. I mean, Spain, Greece, youth unemployment is above 50%. The levels of general education is higher than South Africa. More young people go through tertiary education than here, but they can't find jobs. I think if we look at the system, there are alternatives we have to find. You know, we've had a situation where 75 to 85,000 workers in the past few years have lost their jobs, not because they don't have skills or experience. I'm talking about the textile industry, clothing, but because cheap imports manufactured through sweatshop labor has been dumped in our country.
Absolutely.
The bedrock extractive industry, mining. I mean, it depends on the fluctuation of the price of metal set elsewhere, exchange rates, or when workers, as in Marikana, fight against this low-wage regime. These are experienced workers. They might not have the qualifications,
but they have
but
the
to be a rock driller, etc., requires high skills.
Yeah.
So we need to question the basis on which the common sense says jobs are created.
Yeah. I'm frustrated because I've been told to wrap, and I've got so many more questions to ask you, especially where you've got somebody who's qualified as an engineer, as say a chemical engineer. They go out, look for a job, and they can't find
Precisely.
one. So
I mean,
why?
The fact is that civil engineers are needed.
Yeah.
We need those kind of people. But we can't be hostage to the profitability of big business. Civil engineers are needed in municipalities, especially today, to build low-cost, ecologically sound housing, these days earthquake-proof as well. So as long as we look at capitalism, the system that produces unemployment, we're not going to find the solution. Capitalism creates unemployment. And education is indispensable, but it's not the panacea.
Okay, so now we've got a book, because I mean people are getting their interests tweaked, and there is a book that you have co-edited with Enver Motala, I beg your pardon. Tell us about this. Where is it available, and is this exactly what you address in it?
Absolutely. We have contributors from 8 different universities, people who've done empirical work as well. The book is available from UNISA Press. If you go to their website, it will be made available in bookstores quite soon.
Good. Well, there you have it. If this conversation has resonated with you, which I'm sure it has with so many people, write to us at Morning Live SABC. That's our Twitter account, and let us know what your experience is of this. But in the meantime, get your hands on a copy. Contact UNISA Press, Education, Economy and Society. That is the book, and you'll be able to read more about this. Thank you very much, Professor Salim Vally, who is from the University of Johannesburg. He's at the Faculty of Education, talking to us about this. Thanks for sharing your views with us.